He's like shirtless all the time?
All the time.
Yeah.
Because
I appreciate the girls aren't like tits out, like ass out, tits up. Like,
but yet, let's tune over to Arrow, and that's exactly what's happening. They were like, oh, we got the CW formula.
No, that's because that show's not very good, and they knew it. So they had to get like Stephen Amell on that ladder.
All he does is...
That's honestly the only reason I even made it through half of the first season.
They're like, quick, we need ratings.
And it was seriously
He's like, no problem.
It was seriously the transition almost for every scene.
Oh yeah, it was. It was
him climbing the ladder.
He's fighting someone, and then they're like, "All right, let's go to another
the first
scene."
season
All of a
Arrow?
sudden,
oh really?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Like every transitional, like to transition to a new scene, it was like ladder montage.
Yeah,
and then it would go.
It's funny because I've actually kind of heard that, and I've never even watched it.
No,
and I've
it's so
still
very
heard
true.
something
I'll pull it up
about
for you.
him and his ladder.
He has a scene where he's fighting some bad guy, and then the next moment,
Ladder montage.
here's ladder montage. You're like, wait, how did you get back to the base so quick?
So we're gonna start from the beginning.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Is it both Facebook and YouTube that started over?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Hey guys.
There we go.
Hey,
Flashpoint
everybody.
just happened. Hey guys, what'd you do this week?
Well, actually, this week, weird enough, I've been working out with Ernie a lot, and he's been doing a lot of like shirtless ladder things.
Oh, really?
I cannot
Ernie.
stand it. Like he gets
Trying to
my
become
nerves.
Carlos.
I swear, it's like every time I call him, he's doing ladders.
Yeah, he is. He's like working out a whole lot. It's annoying, dude.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, Ernie,
I can
what are
just
you
hear
doing?
it. So, what's up?
Yeah, with one arm. He does a one arm with the phone call. I don't get it. But that's what.
I was like, oh snap, that was a paradox.
This week,
You've seen
that's
both
what I-
timelines now.
This week, that's what I've been seeing. This week, that's what I've been seeing a lot of. Ernie doing like shirtless workouts for no reason.
Hold on, I'm backing out of our live video.
And what about you
Going over
guys?
here.
What have anyone else been doing this week?
Catching up with friends. I had some KBBQ and some ice cream and
Halo Top.
Halo Top.
I know, I just love that ice cream. I'm sorry.
Oh, I haven't tried that.
It's like light ice cream, heavy on protein.
Went to the
It's
shooting range
amazing.
today. That was fun.
What did you shoot?
AR-15 and a Daniel Defense AR-15 and a Glock.
See, that's interesting
17.
that you did that one recently, just on the last Arrow episode. It was an episode about gun control. I'm not even joking.
Oh, really?
They really went in on talking about gun control. One of the characters is the guy that uses guns, and it became a big thing. And I was like, wow, this is really adult for a show like that. And then here you are, shooting.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's funny because it's a friend of mine who I've seen him get it from the beginning and slowly build it, add detachments, and like all this time, and finally got to try it today.
So how hard was the kick, man? Like, wow.
Dude, AR-15 had a bigger boom and kick than I thought.
Oh, really?
Because I've shot guns before. I've shot
There
in
we
like
go.
an old school like World War II
Found
shotgun,
it.
which was like bolt action. But the AR-15, it was like it sounded louder when someone else is shooting it than when you're shooting it.
Oh, wow.
It was weird. It was like,
Guys, it's
Yes.
happening. We're
okay,
here.
we're back.
Oh, my God.
Sorry, I
We are
had to
live
find the right
everywhere.
YouTube thing. I promised to join this convo now.
Okay,
We are live everywhere.
Thank
back
you,
to the
Carlos. I
Flashpoint.
had to
And
find
what
it.
about you? What about you, Sarah?
Oh, what I went and got a mani-pedi. I just, super pamper life.
Oh, okay.
Didn't do anything strenuous. I didn't like run or swing bats. It was pretty good.
Oh, jeez. Not bad. I like
Sounds
that
awesome.
because who needs to swing bats?
No one. I
no.
didn't need to practice or anything.
See, I'm sorry, you guys are missing out on this. YouTubers, Facebookers know exactly what we're talking about. Nonetheless, you guys are all part of the Flashpoint Army, so we'll get you in on the joke. We actually started the show a little while back on Facebook, but
And you had a
unfortunately,
glitch
we
via
had a
the
little
YouTubes.
glitch on YouTube, so we had to start it all over. So we just did a Flashpoint paradox and changed up our stories. So that's exactly what happened. I haven't seen Ernie shirtless doing the ladder thing today.
I
But
feel
have
like
seen him do it.
eventually I'm going to have to pull that up, like find a video of it and pull it up so you can watch it while everyone watches.
Yeah.
So you
So-
can just be like, I'm so intimidated by
Can we-
Oliver Queen.
Why not just do
But let's
Can we start the show?
Yeah, let's start the show.
Start the show.
Actually, can we talk about some DC news?
Yes. Okay, so you guys know that we broke the Black Lightning casting was happening and that show is becoming a part of the DC CW comic book family.
Happened here first, guys.
Here.
You guys
Right
saw
here.
us do it before
Yes.
anyone else talked about it.
Well, we discussed who we thought would be a really great Black Lightning. We threw out some options.
We
and
did.
guess what? They cast Black Lightning, and it's none of those people.
CW wasn't paying attention.
Fine. So see, that just shows you we don't know the entire scoop, but we do know some of it.
Yeah, exactly.
However, the casting of it is not a man who is unfamiliar to the CW. It is Cress Williams, who was on Veronica Mars, but that was, WB pre-CW time, right?
Yeah.
He was on Heart of...
Do we have images? Do we?
Yes, but I sent the pictures and we had the saga, so I'm pretty sure
cool.
we aren't going to have photos. So if you want to see what he
Hashtag
looks like in all these shows, Google it. Ernie had a lot to do. Try to get our YouTube up and running. He was on Grey's Anatomy, which is one of my favorite shows. He played Tuck, who was Bailey's ex-husband now. He was on Friday Night Lights, the TV show, not the movie, and Heart of Dixie, which I think, was that a CW show?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, so he's been on a handful of them, and I actually think he's a really great choice.
Actually, yeah. When it comes down to it, when they did the whole breakdown of how they wanted the character, it makes sense. He's in that proper age rank. He's tall. He'll be able to fit into it as far as being a weathered hero that's choosing to retire.
Yeah, to me, he's like
that's good.
Keith David adjacent.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Like exactly. I'll agree.
Oh yeah, what beer is it? It's a blue,
moon.
moon.
You want me to put the pictures up?
Oh yeah.
Do you have one?
Okay.
Oh, this is dope. We're gonna have some pictures going on.
Some photos of Cress Williams. In case you're like, who is this fool?
Yeah, so we'll be seeing what pictures come up. I don't know. I don't know.
We're gonna see what order they're in.
We have a few of them, so
It'll be
you guys
exciting.
Will see them all. I'll say okay.
Them
The
all.
shirt.
Just dug them all.
The shirtless one. Shirtless one is from Heart of Dixie.
Oh, so that one's Grey's Anatomy
All
with
right,
the
Grey's
tubes and the
Anatomy.
baby that happened.
Yep, Grey's Anatomy, perfect.
What's next?
what
Oh,
else?
that one in the corner with the
Friday Night
hat
Lights.
is Friday Night Lights.
Yep. See, this is fun. I'm able to pick them out. Let me see what else.
Terrell's like, yep.
Wait,
the bottom right one is
Yeah,
Heart of Dixie, where he is
Dixie.
shirtless. He is a fit man.
Look at him. See, he can be.
Look at him.
Ladies, pay attention. He could be
And
that.
then,
he could
do
be
we have
that
one more? Is there 4? I don't know. Just 3.
There's 3?
So those are the 3.
okay,
Oh, yeah,
okay,
because I couldn't find a good Veronica Mars one.
Yeah, we wanted to go.
It was weird. Like,
he was the villain in Veronica Mars.
Yeah.
What's up, Oscar Lopez?
You're like, I'm just dumping it. It's fine. I think they'll forgive you. We had a lot of technical difficulties, and you were a hero, Ernie.
Yes, Ernie, you came through like a champ, and we appreciate
Like
it.
our own personal
Look at
Cisco
you.
that you are.
See, I love it. man.
Richard says
It's
Daniel, Bryan,
great.
Sarah. Yes. What's up?
Hello.
That's what I love. Thank you. We appreciate that love. You know who else appreciates love? Supergirl.
She does. So, we had that crossover happen with all 4 shows. It was okay. Pew pew.
Yeah.
It was,
aliens.
it started at the tail end of Supergirl like a horrible afterthought, which was my biggest issue with like the beginning of it.
Oh yeah.
So they have promised that the next time all 4 shows cross over, Supergirl is going to be much more involved, and it won't just be a blurb on her show.
That's right.
And I appreciate that. They realized they recognize they're wrong,
Yeah.
and they are going to fix it.
Well, also the show itself is a powerhouse. People are watching it, and they're watching it in droves. Going from originally the pilot, which everyone when the pilot leaked, everyone hated it. Oh, this is horrible.
What, Supergirl?
Yeah.
I was
When
like the
pilot
one
leaked,
person who loved it.
I enjoyed it.
I
already.
liked it.
And then they went ahead and retooled it because they were like, yeah, it leaked because it wasn't ready. They retooled it. When they put it back out and they actually had the show, it was great. Gangbusters. The numbers
I
were
love
huge
Supergirl.
through the roof, and people continued to watch. There was a little bit of a slope on CBS, but when it came to CW, up, and hadn't stopped.
It has the right network
great.
now, the right writers now, the right, not that the other writers were wrong.
Yeah, but now
But
it's
now
in-house.
it's got a new house, a new home, a place where this type of show is embraced,
Yes.
like wholeheartedly, and not as CSI's not on tonight.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
And I'm sorry to say it, but CBS is where old people. It's like where TV goes to die. It is. It's old people's channel. It's like they're CBS. What are you ready to watch today? I don't know, but 60 Minutes probably is on. No matter what, if the sun goes down, you turn to CBS. 60 Minutes is on.
Yeah.
And it's always. You know what I don't like, and oh God, here he comes, Andy Rooney. Thought he was dead already. He's still giving me
Oh my
stories.
goodness.
I'm sorry. That's just my feeling about it. But
So a little bit more of the Supergirl Earth. What are they? Earth 10?
Ernie is MVP.
I don't know, one of the Earths that they live on. We have actually discussed this on the show about their Earth, that obviously if there has to be another Barry, there has to be a Cisco, there has to be, because it's just another Earth.
yeah.
But,
Like all the HRs.
right,
There's
there's a million
boy.
HRs, there's going to be one there. But they have said they are not going to open that Pandora's box. Like they acknowledge that they agree, but there's already so much muddy water in all of the shows that they're just not going to add to it unless some major catastrophe thing happens and they have a really good storyline.
Yeah, that would really just make things more complicated.
It's
like, wait, now how are we going to tie this into the Flash and to
at that point? I feel like it would just be fan service, for Barry to find his other person, and maybe Barry's like gothy. You know what I mean?
And then they'd have to explain why the person disappeared. And they're like, we don't got time for that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not something we know they exist and we can accept they exist. We don't have to see them.
Yeah, I agree. There's too much backstory that would have to be for every time they introduce another one, and that's monotonous. No one wants to go through that.
No.
And truly, when it comes to fans, we're smarter than that, and CW does recognize that. So that's a great thing. When they're like,
I appreciate that.
We're not going to placate you. We don't want to be idiots.
So what's happening in the chat room, Bryan?
Carlos Martinez, I like it because they focus on Earth 38 because CBS was channel 38 in LA, so they called it Earth 38.
There we go.
Oh,
so smart. Thank you for that tidbit of knowledge, Carlos.
Wow,
cool.
That's awesome.
Okay,
cool.
I had no clue.
Terrell says he misses person of interest.
Veronica Mars was on UPN. Oh my God, I remember.
So that was when UPN and then became the WB and then became CW. Like I knew it was back then when Buffy was on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Wow. It's an old show.
Yeah, and then UPN ended up merging. And
almost felt like that was a different life.
Yep.
Oh gosh, I remember all of that.
Dawson's Creek and became the WB. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So guys, thank you for sticking around during the chaos. Make sure you share this with your friends. You can push that button right now. Have them join our conversation.
Yeah, in fact, I would suggest sharing it right now with your friends because when you do, you'll actually be the cool person that introduced them to something that they all want to talk about anyway. Instead of having to wait for tomorrow to talk about Flash and everything, start doing it early. Just go ahead and share it with them, and then converse with them, and then still you'll be the star because you're over here on the on the page right now.
And you can talk about Chris Williams being like, "Whoa, bro, he's gonna be Black Lightning." No, I heard about that Black Lightning thing a couple weeks ago.
Bro, I heard about that like weeks ago, bro.
Yeah, on the Flashpoint.
Yeah, right. So it would be great. Just share it, let your friends know about it. You're the cool guy. You know about things 2 weeks before anyone else. So now you're able to go ahead and, kind of flex that social muscle. I say do it. But
we got a pretty good question that could start off the recap.
Sure.
From Ryan Ninja Steel Thomas. He says, if Jesse stays in Earth 1, do you think it'll mess up the timeline or will it be the same?
I don't think it messes up the timeline.
I don't think
we start off the show, that was one of the first things they come back to, which where we ended up. It's like, hey, I want to stay.
They opened it up with that. I don't think it would mess up the timeline per se. I mean, because look, we already have another Wells here right now from another Earth. It doesn't have to do anything with the timeline, but yet it does have to do something with the dimensions, jumping from one to another. So that's something that could have a problem later. But oh my gosh, and she's from Earth 2.
Yeah.
Earth 19 is the one that has the bounty hunters, right?
Yeah.
That's what Gypsy is from.
Yeah, so it's fine. I think it'll be fine. I don't think it's too much of an issue.
No.
Talking about this episode right off the bat, I mean, like we said, it's Friends Day, guys.
Friends Day.
Friends Day.
And that's what they celebrate instead of a fake holiday like Valentine's
Day.
It's funny, they start off really showing the contrast with the two Wells, too.
Yeah.
HR having very visually a heart on his chest, and he's like, yeah, love me, feelings. And then the Wells is like, no,
Dickhead
you're
Wells,
an idiot.
Dickhead Wells spits inside of his coffee, man.
Wow.
You don't spit in a man's coffee, especially that Wells coffee. He's dependent on that stuff.
Yeah. Like I remember Wells being kind of douchey. I just didn't remember him being that level of douchey.
My question was,
that was like being mean. Like he was always like a jerk, or he just didn't care. He was like, who cares about feelings? Like this is the logical, like blah 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 blah, whatever. But he was just like.
Does he feel threatened by the other HR?
Remember he was upset when he found out that they had another Wells.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, kind of, you could see he was hurt.
That
kind
ego,
of like,
man.
Oh, really? So when they were like, well, you're leaving, we're gonna have to get another Wells, and he was like, another Wells, I guess, whatever. I don't know. That's stupid.
Well, think of it this way:
what if he was so upset?
What if that other Wells was on par, genius level with him? Like he'd probably have infinite, like he would love to converse with himself.
Yeah, he would probably like that.
But he sees this Wells and he's just like, wow, you are ruining my image by being an idiot.
Right, he's like, you're a lesser version of me.
Well, I think it's good because if they were both like, their intellectual matches.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I don't think I could handle it.
Too much ego would go across.
No.
It's like seriously, the whole thing about you jerk off and you look in the mirror. They probably do it right there in real life. You'd walk in, you're like, oh well, stop it. And they're like, what? Oh God. You don't want that.
That's so gross.
Saying. I'm just saying.
That's so gross.
Well, hey,
one's yelling, one's not. Anyway,
one's yelling, one's not. Oh, so many things go wrong. I'm just saying, you don't want to see that.
So Frank Needy says, well, they should vibe the future again and find out.
Well,
that's the point.
Iris doesn't want to.
Yeah, Iris does want to kind of let it play out to see exactly what happens.
Or is it Iris, or was Barry who doesn't want to? Sorry.
Thank you, Jalen Glover. She said she already shared this 3 times.
You advanced.
Thank you very much. But I don't know if they did do that. Would there be so much of a problem? But I don't know if either one of them wants to do it. Actually, I think Iris probably does. Barry would probably be the one, like you said. Barry probably.
No, they talked about it in the episode. She's like,
"Oh yeah, that's right."
Yeah,
she's
towards the end.
And yeah, she's like, "Do you want to like go to check and see what's changed in the future?" And he said no.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Oh boy. And
on that note, I mean, Earth 2 Wells with his rifle. Remember, he shows up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait, maybe it was Earth 2 Wells that was in the future. Vision.
Yeah, you mentioned
that. Not
exactly.
Because he has that gun.
But then I don't know. Maybe you guys remember. I almost thought he was wearing.
What's his hair to the side? Was
he wearing a fedora like?
But if he's wearing a hat,
like Kool-Aid
it doesn't matter.
does.
They can like all wear hats.
Yeah, true. But the
Genius one never wore a hat.
Dickhead Wells will wear a hat.
He's
like, I have great hair. He's not going to do it.
Because their fashion sense was one of the ways to distinguish them.
That's true. And then,
this episode they just did it with shirts.
Fedora.
Maybe he'll be like, I like the way hats look on
Well, no, they still did the slick. They tried to do like a whole slick to the side.
Yeah.
I don't know. But so, Jesse is staying and moving in with Wally.
Yeah, I love how she did that. We're going to have to find you a place to live. She's like, sir, we're gonna have to find us a place to live. I was like, exactly.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, that did. Here's the question. I gotta ask.
Did they even really date before?
Yeah. Would you let your significant other, if it was in that kind of situation, would you just we're gonna move in?
It's one thing to move across the country.
You just established
She moved Earths.
Yeah, it's like
she moved Earths. She didn't just move from a different state,
but it's not that
or
hard
a different
to do it,
town
apparently,
or city,
other side of the world with a different time zone.
Do it.
So I'm just saying, she made a huge leap. She's leaving her entire life and world behind.
But all I'm saying is, look,
I guess she kind of did it once already.
That's a level of commitment.
You can literally say, hey, Cisco, can you vibe me in? And then you'll vibe in, and I'll stay here for a week, and then later you can. I mean, they can. There's so many. No, I'm just saying. No, there are other ways.
Then it's like
to do
long
everything.
distance dating, and that's the worst.
True. And even with that, I mean, the thing is just like so quickly you let your significant other just we're gonna move in, and that's.
Well, Wally's obviously a little hesitant, but he gets it.
True.
He's
true. He's smart.
Yeah.
True. I mean, I will say I'd be kind of hesitant too.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'd say no, but I'd be like, I don't know. But okay. I mean,
obviously she's not there to waste her time and just date him. She's trying to get wifed. And
she is.
And so they're diving in head first to see if it works.
That makes me wonder. Like, I want to stop saying. I was like, can we say they're moving quick?
I see what you did there.
Because they apparently they process and think as quick.
Mm-hmm.
When she's there, obviously things have been going on. They date. They don't have to show it to us.
That's true. It's CW. They're not going to show what happens at night.
Like they don't have to, they don't have to show us all the things that are going on. But obviously we know that they've been dating. They've been in contact.
One thing they did have to show us was Gypsy showing up out of nowhere.
Oh, yes.
And she just comes through literally while they're talking about it, and he's like, thank God, Gypsy. I mean, he was so excited for that moment. Like, distraction. And
At first second, I thought Barry knew how to dodge things.
Yeah, right.
Just for a second.
The Gypsy comes through,
And then I was like, oh,
immediately
Barry.
when Gypsy comes through, then it was like
to learn to dodge.
she came through, and then she started shooting at people and everything. You saw Barry dodge one. You saw him dodge that one ray, but then he missed the other. You know,
He dodges bullets, stops bullets, gets shot by darts.
Last
you posted that? Yeah.
Last week that was horrible. That was like, he's like, I can dodge bullets and catch them, but I can't dodge a dart.
You can't get drunk, but sleeping potion works.
Right.
Liquid.
Exactly. I don't get. Yeah. See, I don't get that. But then again, you have to remember, they're geniuses, so they know how to make it work for him.
Yeah, they probably think, we needed extra
needs to take down.
Tranquilizer.
Yeah, exactly. If it can take down an elephant, it can take down
from
bear.
Earth 12.
So she comes in, and does her thing, and instantly, as you pointed out earlier, Dickhead Wells shoots her, and then, in his dirty, hairy voice, is like, yeah, gotcha. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
The whole episode,
He's happy.
I talk like this. And you can see his vein on his forehead.
He's like channeling his inner snart.
Seriously, yeah. So he shoots her, and then she wakes up later.
And she's like, why doesn't my power work?
Yeah, and she doesn't know what's going on, and that's when they reveal to us that, of course, Grodd was mind controlling her and getting her to do
and Grodd can't do it from other worlds. So that means that Grodd is
back
here.
Right?
Exactly. On our Earth, in our town.
It also answers a question Sarah brought up about, hey, doesn't Grodd have other powers in the comics other than just
last week when we talked about
talking to you in your mind?
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Besides that, Grodd's supposed to have a few different abilities, so that's why it was kind of
took over Gypsy.
Exactly. He took over Gypsy, and
that's basically what he does, though.
Well, yeah, but this time it was a little different because when he did take her over, you noticed he wasn't speaking to her. But then again, she didn't speak really that much, did she? So we don't really know.
No, to me it was the same power that he's been doing.
Never mind, it's the same. I thought it was something different. No.
Then again, he didn't. Did he come through the portal yet, or did he already come through a portal?
Yeah.
By that time,
they were already there because that was the whole point. That they're like, he can't control her from that far away, and they're like, oh, that means he's here. And then we have to send Cisco off to figure out where he is.
So I wonder, are they going to try to at least give us more of his power set?
If he gets out of wherever they sent him.
That's where I thought. When they briefly mentioned, he's evolving. Yeah, I wrote chicken scratch.
Bravo. I appreciate that.
Because they briefly mentioned he's evolving because they mentioned he seems to be stronger than last time.
Because he's getting his powers are stronger. He's
so I was like, are they alluding to maybe he will eventually, or they're answering some of the more
Oh yeah. Well. So
the fans' questions about where's the rest of his powers. I'm like, yet to be revealed.
Well, one question they did answer was, are they going to let Gypsy go or not? And they did. Cisco let Gypsy go, so she can go chase her dimension hopper.
Yep.
And my question, honestly, was when they let her go and she made that decision and said, I won't be part of this, that whole thing, and she just ran off. My thing was, does that make us like Gypsy more or dislike her more at all, or are we indifferent? How do you guys feel?
I was honestly really indifferent about it because I knew she was going to come back in the end. It wasn't I was never not thinking that. I was just she's got to go be her selfish self, and then Cisco's going to go get her. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but still, the thing is, when you think about it from a character standpoint, just her character, what's that say about her? She's kind of well,
she's a bounty hunter. We already know she's a terrible person.
Yeah, I've got it. Well, how is a bounty hunter a terrible person? She's doing what that world's government actually has her to do. She's pretty much just a cop.
She's a shitty police officer.
Yeah,
dimensional cop.
Yeah, dimensional cop.
She's
border control.
Yeah, right?
World border control.
Trump's I love this character. But no, I think it's perfect as far as her character goes. But
in the moment, I was kind of why don't you just... why are you resisting so much?
My thing was stop being so selfish.
But then I also agree with you. I was like, well, she got to come back.
I don't know. I felt she was kind of selfish. But
it was super selfish. I'm not saying it's not. I just was I just didn't care.
I mean, I only see it as okay, there must be something.
Obviously, you cared, Daniel.
I dare not say that I did not care. I definitely care, but it kind of disappointed me that she was like not even saying something to the extent of I would, but I can't right now because it was just no. Why would I do that? You guys got enough people. You're fine now, and you already know that Cisco doesn't have full control of his abilities yet. You haven't taught him too much to actually be able to catch up on it. So just leaving them there, you're like, great, thanks for leaving me here to die. Like that's why I was like,
well, I mean, she didn't leave them there to die.
Well, because Cisco came back and
she listed off all the people like. This is what you got helping you. You don't need me to.
You have three speedsters.
Yes,
by ability.
And you.
No, 3 speedsters, and a ice woman, and
oh yeah, well we can't use the ice woman because if she
that's
she
not. We can't even talk about Caitlyn because I'm so annoyed by that whole thing.
She's the ice queen. If she does it, she's gonna become evil because that's what ice queens are.
And where was Julian?
Oh yeah.
That's
they were like,
I totally forgot about him.
He's off visiting family, is what Caitlyn said, and I was just like.
He had a day off.
What I was like, Draco Malfoy had a wedding to go to?
Yeah.
Is that like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, he wasn't
available for filming that week?
He needed a day off. He needed a day off. All these apes, I can't deal with this, and he had to leave. I mean, come on, you just went to another world, had to deal with all these apes trying to kill you.
He just went on a date with Caitlyn and was like, hey. Is it worth my life?
Yeah, exactly.
I need to go on a sabbatical.
Yeah, exactly. I would say the same. I would say the same. I can't deal with her. Yeah. She's insane.
She's not insane.
Well, you know, I mean,
just people die.
People die when you date her. That's what happens. She is a Black Widow.
She is a Black Widow.
Moving on.
Got some hot topics going on in chat here. And just going along with what we were saying, Carlos Martinez says, "Don't forget that Earth 19 is still behind there in World War I era." Actually, no, I think that was
What about Earth 2?
Barry's alternate dad's Earth, which wasn't 1, 2, 3, or 19.
That was where Zoom was from, right?
Yeah, and that was the one that was kind of World War I era. That's right. I think. Jay Garrick. That's it.
Jay Garrick's one. Hence, still with that little.
Dad from Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
We never really saw Earth 19. I think they hinted it at that one rooftop scene, and it looked super like cyberpunky.
True. We did see Earth 2, and they did have a blimp there too, though. Remember when we went to Earth 2, they had a blimp, and it was like a blimp. Still rides a blimp.
What else?
Talking about, I think Wally, Jesse, Frank Nitti was like, well, she did run away and live on Earth 1 before.
Love that name every time I hear Frank.
With the backpack. That's true. Frank says Carlos. I love how they disconnect Barry from the Speed Force. Harry has never liked visitors, to be honest, says Carlos Martinez. That's true.
Oh, that's true, actually.
He's never liked any outsiders that came into the group, no matter what.
Yeah,
how funny was it that, like, every time HR opened his mouth, he was like, shut up, idiot.
Yeah.
I'm the genius.
He was like, I have a thought. Oh, that's amazing. I was like, dude, you're a dick. Like, God. Everything he said was just like, all right. That's why I wrote, every time I refer to him, I'm like, Dickhead Wells. Every time.
All your notes, Dickhead Wells.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing how everything I have written here right now just says Dickhead Wells. There's nothing else here. I'm making everything else up.
Jalen Glover asks, if Barry had killed Grodd, would that prove Savitar's theory that someone will betray you?
How would that prove
Well,
that?
I mean...
I don't think that would. It's kind of weird, but I don't think that would. Because... or are you saying like Barry betraying himself as far as becoming like someone that would kill? If that's the question, I mean that's I get it. You're going very existential, but I get it.
What do you guys think now is the person that's going to betray Barry?
Well, that's interesting. That's a question I have later in my notes.
Maybe
that's very smart.
Are we going to that? It could be one of the HRs.
Who could it be though?
It could be one of the HRs.
I don't know. That's a good question. Who will be the one that betrays?
Let's keep talking and then we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Earth 2 Wells is kind of done before already.
Speaking of things that have been that at least betraying,
for his dog.
We'd go for Grodd, who made Joe betray his own body, essentially by almost shooting himself.
Oh yeah.
Gosh.
My God. Okay. Right when that happened,
Grodd
starts talking.
In my head, I was like, "Are they gonna kill Joe now?"
Okay. Did you?
I know. For a second,
Joe
I was
finally gonna die right there?
Yeah, I did. I thought that was how they were gonna do
because
it, and I was like, "No,
this is it." So Joe dies.
Yeah, for a second, I did too. I was like, "Wait."
Oh man, that would have been the best death for the show. It would have been because as far as like the gravitas it would have had and the push as far as what would have been. But if he did kill Joe, then Barry would have had to kill Grodd. It would have been blood for blood. That would have had to been the answer immediately.
Or he would have been, I gotta be the bigger man and have to overcome that.
Yeah, but still, Grodd would have ended up dying somehow. Savitar, when he came in, or whatever, it would have been that spear right to his. It would have happened.
Yeah.
But so I mean, it's pretty good that Joe didn't. But you guys, did you guys think
as
Joe was
soon-
gonna die
was
right
like,
there? Honestly, I thought it was it. I was like, well,
yeah, I did.
Joe's
I absolutely
dead.
did.
Man, I freaked out, and it was so good. It looked so good
Yeah.
too. Like you're like,
He's like, no, just pushed him back just enough.
Yeah, just enough.
And the bullet just grazed his forehead.
just enough. I'm like, how do you not get whiplash?
Grodd would be a dead ape if he took that Grodd. I mean, Joe.
Oh yeah, Joe. He would have been a dead ape.
I got a chuckle too.
If he killed Joe, it would have been the end of it. It would have been the end of it. Barry would have been like, no.
Aaron Nobles on YouTube thinks it would be Wally that would betray him.
Oh, and how do you
young
think that
puppy
it would
love
be
don't know
Wally?
what you're doing, your emotions.
That's a good point. But how do you think it would be Wally? Like, what would he do? What would
What's
be
the
catalyst?
betrayal and why?
If you're gonna go ahead and say something like that, you need to tell it.
You gotta back it up with
facts, not alternative,
and
but
thoughts,
real facts.
theories.
I need to know exactly why and how.
Yeah,
that's what it would be great to know because it's a good point, right?
Yeah.
But so moving on, Barry tells Iris it's time to kill Grodd, which is apropos because after seeing what happened to Joe, and I didn't really think about it, put it together that way. I think he was shaken after seeing what happened to Joe, what could have happened to Joe, how easily he could actually make it happen to anyone. Because he said, "I saw how you cared about Joe," and I think that was the thing that got him. I saw how you cared for this one. All he needs to do is put it together and say, I see how you care for that one, which is Iris. And boom, Iris is dead.
Yeah.
So with that being the case, and it can happen in their sleep. Anything. So he did have a moment where he had to realize, is it better for me to kill than not to? And the question there, if Barry did kill, would that...
No worries, Jaylen.
How much would that change him? How much would that change Barry if he did finally kill?
I didn't realize that the Flash is like Superman. He's got like that no-kill rule.
Right. Well, Barry is just he's not a killer in that way. He's a guy that used to be on Glee. You don't think of him as a killer. You don't see him as a killer.
You're just singing Smooth Criminal with Santana.
Yeah, exactly, right? Oh, that was cool though.
With the warblers.
With the warblers. But you don't see him as a killer. Barry is a guy that does care about
What's up, Denzel Johnson?
I mean, Denzel Johnson. God. My God. Congratulations on the best name of the night, all right?
He said tonight's episode was awesome.
There. Man.
Is anyone else hyped that the Earth 19 Flash looks like Mercury?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
And then I got to shout out who was it that brought it out here too? Ryan.
On the Mercury.
Yeah, Ryan Mendelowitz. Opinions on the accelerated man.
He was like, his face was all wrapped. And
right.
Yeah, I want to go back and pause it.
Yeah, his little flash was purple.
Yeah, and I was like, what is
there
that?
Any significance to that?
Yeah, I was like, is there a character with purple lightning?
I think there is.
Talk about a tease,
but there's I know, right?
Bordering Gypsy's fake keys and warp away was that one. I was like, wait, who was what?
Right there, I was like, oh my God, I want to
go back and pause.
Like her photos, I'm like, who is that? Because they showed us those photos way too clearly for that person not to be significant.
Exactly. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, all right, so are we gonna get a little bit more? Can we get a little bit? Can we get a whole story of just Gypsy going to 3 different worlds, catching dimension hoppers
with Cisco?
That would be and
that's how she teaches him how to use his powers.
Oh, so good,
right?
It's like a buddy cop kind of story.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It would be like
you listen here, Cisco.
Lethal Weapon,
I can't do
Flash
this.
style.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm too old for this.
Or you think it'd be more like Training Day?
Oh, jeez. How hardcore is Gypsy at that moment if it's like Training Day? She's like, I didn't know
she's
you
the Denzel
like
Washington.
I didn't know you would like to get wet. My man. You're like, what? Wait, why are you making Cisco smoke crack? It was so weird.
My man.
My man.
Aaron Nobles has some answers for you.
In
regards to Wally possibly being the one to betray.
The betrayal.
Yeah. Aaron says Savitar slowly takes over individuals' minds, like what he did with Cisco. Mm-hmm. That would be mad crazy if he would be the one to lead to his sister almost getting killed. Mm-hmm. Dang. Because, I mean, at the end, they did meet each other.
Yeah, and he went right at him, so...
We didn't see the trailer, but someone said the trailer made it... Ryan said the trailer almost made it look like Wally, maybe Wally releases Savitar. Like the whole thing, like with Cisco controlling him. Oh, my brother, do this. Maybe with. But what would be his weakness, though, Wally?
I don't know.
What's her name? The girl.
Jessie.
Yeah, his heart.
Jessie. I guess he could.
I don't know.
I think that would make sense. Oh man.
Yeah, I was just thinking of a loss for some reason automatically.
Well, speaking about those two, Wally and Jessie, in the episode. Wally speaks to Dickhead Wells. Dickhead Wells lies
Is
to
Mercury
him.
when he says this, hype that 19 Flash looked like Mercury? Are you saying the color, or is Mercury a Flash character?
Mercury's a speedster. Yeah.
We didn't talk about that. I don't know anything about Mercury.
And Frank Neely's calling him the Accelerated Man.
Oh, and the Accelerated Man.
Mm-hmm.
The Accelerated Man.
Are you Googling right now? Because I don't know anything about that.
It up for you. This is so hard.
Carlos Martinez says they're saying that the Accelerated Man is not Barry, but someone we know. It's a totally different actor.
Wait, I missed it. What?
Go ahead. What? I'm sorry.
Carlos Martinez said that they're saying that the Accelerated Man is not Barry, not someone we know. It's a totally different actor. Completely new speedster.
Accelerated Man. Oh, like completely new, never before seen, even in the comic books?
I mean in the show probably. Like a totally new actor. It's not going to be...
When you said Mercury, did you mean Max Mercury? Max Mercury looks weird. But,
that blonde guy in blue?
What's up, Matthew?
Max Mercury wears white and blue.
Yeah, well, that dude.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm early 70s, not all wrapped up and everything.
Well, I mean, but the colors match.
Jalen Glover, isn't Godspeed a speedster? Would he make an appearance?
No, look up Accelerated Man.
Accelerated Man?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I almost feel like they've kind of blended Godspeed with Savitar.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Godspeed... because we all thought that we were going to get to see Godspeed at least get to that level. But then Savitar's there, and he is like a god of speed. Mm-hmm. So I think it's kind of like a merging they're going to do with it, too. You said look up who?
Accelerated Man?
Accelerated Man.
The Accelerated Man. Mm-hmm. All right, the Accelerated...
Carlos Martinez thinks, saying to Jalen, no, it's way too soon for Godspeed. Carlos has been bringing us some good facts, correcting some of my statements earlier, at least from Canon.
Yeah, they do have little clips of the Accelerated Man.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh.
So he's got like
so that's who it is.
Like the old school aviator goggles, a scarf.
We'll probably see more of them.
Okay.
Hopefully, that wouldn't be bad. The Accelerated Man, Earth 19.
Yeah. All right. Now we know.
30 years in the comic. That wouldn't be bad to see. Actually,
yes, sir.
Interesting.
So the next episode's description is called The Wrath of Savitar. And it says, while training with Barry, Wally starts to have visions of Savitar, which he hides from the team.
Yeah, of course.
A dangerous secret that threatens Barry and Iris' happiness.
Ooh.
Girl.
Shit. Wait, so what? I'm sorry.
It's called The Wrath of Savitar, the next episode. Jeez. And Wally starts having those visions that they all get, and it's a thing that could tear Barry and Iris apart, because of course it is.
Oh, he starts having the visions. I wonder if they're going to put him inside of a husk. Is he going to come out with something different even more? Accelerated Man? No, that would be interesting.
Barry turns into Savitar.
But Wally does find out that Jessie's dad is lying. Dickhead Wells is lying because he tells her, "Hey, my." Oh,
we're going back to the actual episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I was confused.
Your dad's dying, and you should have time with him. And she goes.
I just love how she storms in, and she was like. You're dying now?
You're dying now?
She did not fall for it.
She was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, even I was like,
and he was like, She's like, you told him you're dying? He's like, well, we're all going to die sometime. It's like, I didn't say I was dying. I said that I had a short time left. We're all going to die.
He's like, I said, I don't know when I will be dying.
Like, we're all dying.
Oh my God.
She was like, I can't with you. This is why I'm leaving.
Horrible. So then they use Cisco to vibe through and figure out some things, and then
where the gorillas are going to be.
Where the gorillas are going to be, which he found the intersection, and sure enough, Joe goes out and leads them all to find it. But we already talked about what happened with Joe, and yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But from there, they do figure out using Cisco. Well, not using Cisco, but using Joe this time. They link him to his head, put the magnets, and he was worried about that. Joe's always worried. Joe does not like science. No. I'm thinking that's the thing. Anytime they're like, hey, we're going to do an experiment, does it have to be on me? Why does it have to be on me? I don't like this stuff. What is science? Like, he doesn't understand it. He's afraid. Science? He's like, what is science? And why do I have to be part of it? Every time. He doesn't like it. Because, well, I mean, you know, science did, you know, take two of his sons and turn them into speedsters. So he's kind of like, I'm 2 for 3 right now. I think I'm going to leave science alone right now. I think that's why he hates it. I don't believe it. I'm a creationist, and that's it. Like, that's it. No, the earth is flat. That's how Joe's going to be forever. Poor Joe. But so they figure out who the general is.
And that he's in charge of the nuclear codes.
Exactly. And the only way they were going to find out that it was a general was because, of course, our cool hipster Wells
HR
did have an idea and said to himself, or said to everyone, that haircut, you know, it's military grade. Look, I love the way he does it. Yeah, military grade. It's a high and tight. So automatically, he knew it right off the bat. They start cross-reference. Boom! They found him. And now they know he's in charge of nuclear codes. So now send Barry out, and Barry has to figure out the codes. 9,000 different codes.
I thought it was more than that.
No, what's the name when they said how many?
9,000?
He said 9,000 different codes. I was like, oh my God.
Something like that.
And you'd know that if you know. And it was interesting that he just went right to a round number.
I thought it was like 10,000.
I thought he was going to say like 9,300 and blah, 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 but he was like 9,000 different codes. So he types in almost roughly 9,000 different codes, and boom, has to find the right one within 2 minutes, 2 seconds, and 2.3 seconds, I guess. You know?
Yeah.
Right
Stops
there.
it. No nuclear
war.
war.
Thank God. We're all happy.
But the Grodd is like, they took down my bombs. We're going to come for you and your babies anyway.
And that's what he does. He comes straight in. That run. But, dude, like we said before, they blew the budget on these 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because Grodd looks amazing in every frame. Seriously. CGI.
That Frank Nitty brought that up. He was like, how about that fight, huh?
Oh, man. I'm telling you, like, the best.
What's up, Jackson House?
The best fight I think we've seen on Flash since, him versus Solovar.
Yeah.
It was that good. And, but so they're still having to fight. And while they're having to fight, meanwhile, in Cisco's world, Cisco runs into Gypsy and tells her that we need her.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl, I need you. And all this
and
stuff,
he was pushing hard.
He
with
was.
his smooth
You
talk,
win
right?
to me.
He used all the lines.
Well, he was no longer using like his one-liners. He was basically telling her how she feels.
That's true, but
he got to the point. He's like, nah,
he's like,
you're
I'm gonna establish some
remember,
dominance and like attract her this way.
When he did show up and tell her like to plead with her to come, he said, I'm also not only vibing people to places, I'm also vibing people and what they feel.
Yeah.
And that's how he was able to try to coerce her in.
Yeah.
I just thought like he was like, look, what we need to do is go to that coffee shop and talk about it, like how he's been saying the whole time. I thought he was gonna do that again, but he didn't. And I was like,
like if distance is your only issue, I want to talk about that later.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was. He still did throw something in, and that's all. Like I love. Cisco's always trying to play the game.
Just want to give Denzel Johnson a quick shout out. He said, "This is the 3rd time with you guys. Love the live stream. Thank you.
Oh,
thank you. We appreciate it.
Also with Savitar, it's not surprising, but this feels like the reason Savitar isn't a god, but he is a speed demon. That's a cool way to say it. He's a speed demon.
I like that. See what you did there.
Yeah.
Oscar Lopez says, I think it was 90,000 times.
Yeah.
Was it 90,000?
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure it was higher.
Fine, 90,000.
Frank Nitty brings up that stone would be key to getting rid of Savitar, though. I mean, it was.
Oh, the Philosopher's Stone? Yeah.
Yeah, but they threw it into the Speed Force, we thought.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, I don't know. That's a good point, though. I like that.
Aaron Noble says, I believe you guys talked about it, but I think Cisco may be the X factor.
Yes.
With learning how to stop speedsters, I also believe if you think about all the villains caught now. Ryan Ninja still brings up, I love being in the chat room to getting to know you, Sarah, Bryan, and Daniel. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I feel like I get to know you. Love being in the chat room. Thank you. We love you being here.
Hey,
it wouldn't be a chat room if you weren't here.
Yeah, exactly.
All of you here, and we really appreciate it.
You guys can be anywhere else in the world, but you guys still choose to be here with us, and we appreciate it every time. Every time. It means so much to us. But so going on from there, I've got to say, best battle still. I know you guys. It was so good. Oh my god! It was like great. It was Gorilla-geddon. It was happening right there. It was Gorilla-geddon. It was a rumble in the adjacent jungle. It was so good. The rumble in the adjacent jungle. Rumble in the concrete jungle. I don't know. Whatever. It was so good.
I don't know what I was expecting, but for me, it wasn't like. I thought last week's episode was so much stronger than this week.
Okay.
I thought the fight was stronger.
Yeah, the fight was way better with Barry and Solovar, and this week with them just kind of like running around the gorillas, confusing them, you know.
I didn't even care about that one.
And then with Barry and Grodd, and I was like, well, that lasted all of like 3 seconds. And
man, Barry and Grodd, that was hilarious. Barry runs up, I'm gonna take down Grodd. I was like, out of my way. And he was very shocked, like.
I was like, what was Barry aiming for? What was he planning to do? Like, I'm gonna just use my brute force?
Yeah, I know. No. So Barry beat Solovar, like back in his planet. So
but remember, it was with that like Megaton punch.
The Megaton, was he trying to do that?
I don't know if he was while he was running and he didn't do it well.
I don't know.
He had no aim. I don't know.
And then they got someone to do it for him.
Which was interesting when you pointed that out, because so they come through. Gypsy and Cisco pop through, and we're like, all right, who are you bringing in? We're just waiting. Who's coming in? I was like, is it gonna be Supergirl? Who's it gonna be?
Right. I was like, why is Barry not calling his super friends?
The whole time I was like, everyone that was on the crossover needs to be here now. There is an army of gorillas. All right, us three guys are gonna take care of the army gorilla. No, you're not.
At least
maybe Oliver's gonna show up and like.
That's what I thought. I thought Ollie would show up and don't worry, you failed the city, gorilla. You know, like I don't know.
With some like tranquilizer darts. Or, I don't know.
You failed the city, gorilla, and the gorilla's like, I don't understand what he's saying. Neither do I. Because they're both growling. So I don't know, but I thought he was like, and then
Yeah, and then it's Solovar, and I was like, okay.
And I was like, so Solovar's gonna take down the entire army? Oh, you're doing the meme like that. That's it. No, because I'm like, how is Solovar gonna take down the entire army? But nope, it was just the head of the army.
Yeah, it's like as cool as the fight sequence then became, I was still like let down by that being the choice that they made.
I am so.
I actually was too, to be honest. It was cool and all to see them fighting, but I feel like with the physics. Like some of the hits and stuff could have been a little more cooler or harder. Like
and it ended really quickly.
You know, like a punch where it's like boom and doing damage, environmental damage and whatever. But they were just kind of like it was like two like 3D characters like falling over and like this is where my arm moves and we're gonna like keep doing each other, but it was very isolated.
And then he dies by falling off.
Instead of like boom.
Well, he did not.
Well, right, he like gets knocked out.
I don't know.
KO'd for a second.
I enjoyed that fight, guy. Maybe I'm a basic bitch because I enjoyed the fight. I just loved it. I was like, ding ding, let's happen in the ring. I was ready for it. Yeah. I was literally gonna be Don King and just sell.
Last week put my expectations.
And then for Barry to be like, wait, don't kill him. Show him the mercy that I showed you. It's like,
Solovar was like, this is it. Like Solovar.
I wanted him to kill him anyway. That's what I wanted. I wanted them to kill him anyway.
That was like you said. Oh wow, that's interesting. So essentially, Barry just got somebody else to do the dirty work. So this way he can't. No blood's on my hands.
Technically, he didn't kill him.
Exactly, and I was like, oh my god.
And then he felt guilty. That's what
he tried to stop him. So then, if Solovar had killed Grodd, it was off his hands anyway because he did what he could. There was nothing more he could do. He'd feel guilty for like 10 minutes, and then Iris would give him a talk, and then he'd be good.
That would have been a dark ending, though, like if it did happen that way, and then everyone's like, oh my god, and he's like, yeah, I know, I'm so hurt. Then he walks off by himself, and he's like, Then I'm like, you're like, oh my God, Solovar's in
Now they just put Grodd back in the zoo.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
No,
he's at the DEO
I know, I'm not being.
whatever.
He's at the
pretty much the zoo.
He's at the zoo, so that they can like watch him, and he'll get out again, and he'll wreak more havoc in another season.
And then but after that we have Cisco and his conversation with Gypsy before she leaves. And I swear to you,
this girl is my queen.
Like we said last week, how he was using the '90s R&B vocals. He pretty much was this time. What did he say? Like, don't front, or what did he say?
Yeah, he's like, stop fronting, girl.
Oh yeah.
I know you're into me, or something
stop
like
fronting,
that.
Girl. I know you want me. All of a sudden,
I was like, I can still use that.
That's all you need. He's like, girl. Like, it was going to be one of those. Like, I swear. That's all he needed, because she was like, oh, that's all I wanted. And then she just went in for it.
Well,
I
was
like, that's what my notes were. These are all Cisco's lines. I was like, okay.
This is going to work out great. Right after the show.
With confidence, all right?
With confidence.
Look them in the eye. Go. This is good.
You don't smile when saying that one. You know?
Right?
That's what I mess up. I laugh.
Kiss.
Why'd you laugh? It's funny.
I don't know.
What? I'm funny? No, I'm just.
That's pretty much how it works all the time.
Yeah, it's always,
no, but I mean, congratulations, Cisco. Finally gets the kiss.
Though. Because she was like, you can't handle me. Knocked him on his ass, basically.
See, but that's the other thing.
That was so satisfying, though, seeing
that's the problem.
After that tease.
This is the problem. See, I'm telling you, Lemonade came out giving women all this all this
Shut your mouth right
confidence.
Now.
I don't know. I'm saying, because
Lemonade is what gave women confidence.
No, I'm saying super duper confidence, where to an extent, it's kind of dickish. It's kind of dickish. Before, women had great levels of confidence. When she did I kind of kiss you, but nope, I'm not going to. That was cool. Because it was just like, I can walk away because I got control. That's fine. Yeah. That's great confidence. And then then the kissing, like,
come on now.
You can't even handle me.
Girls always have the upper
I would love that, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Because then it's the chase, right? Yeah.
Well, I don't like
I'm not gonna chase her all the way to another dimension and get arrested by somebody else.
Watch out, he will. He'll chase her.
Yeah, he will, and then he'll probably get arrested. Or no, maybe.
That was so cute. His face was squished too.
I know it was.
She was just like,
I like that she said it, and then she kissed him again, and then backed up.
That was the cherry on top.
But everyone's faces.
That was it.
Well, like watching it, they're like.
Oh, were you looking at our faces?
No, like the characters. Everyone was watching when it happened. They're all like.
Caitlin was there like.
Well, here during our viewing, we were like, when it happened, it was like, yeah, like everyone.
Yeah, I got up from my chair. I was like,
it was so good. It was so good. We felt like we felt it. It was great. That character gave us like vicariously. It was like great. Congratulations.
Satisfied.
We're happy. Yes. And that's something that I gotta say, at least this show does do. It gives us a level of connection with the characters. For sure. Versus some shows where you'll watch it and there's not really truly a connection. You felt it. When Cisco did kiss, it was just like, all right, yeah. Like, we were all happy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I
loved it.
I loved it. It was a win for all of us.
Ryan Ninja still
right?
brings up probably to your next point. Talk about that Barry and Iris scene at the end.
Yeah.
Well,
when we walked in, I was like, Barry, that's a little extra. Like, who's gonna clean that up?
Yeah, right.
I know. I was like, wait, it's not Valentine's Day.
It's Friends Day.
It's Friends Day.
And still,
then, okay.
Still, even though it was Friends Day, everything was all nice and set up.
But then I started thinking, I was like, maybe that wasn't extra enough for that.
It's like, hey, I'm gonna propose to you
part
at the
of
house.
me wonders if Iris actually gave him the idea, because she was like, Barry, like she like fake proposed to him, but she was like, will you always be my friend? And he was like, oh, absolutely. She's like, it was like,
oh, that's a cute nod to that part.
I can't remember exactly how she led up to it, but she was like, this is what I've been wanting to talk to you about. It was like something very proposal.
Yeah.
And then she was like, will you be my friend? And he's like, always. And that's how that ended. And so then foreshadowing to the end of the episode.
Barry gets down on one knee,
He thought it was funny if he was just tied his shoes and then.
It was. That would have been.
And he goes,
gotcha.
She would have been like, well, guess
that
who's
has
moving
happened
out.
to me on purpose. Like, and I was pissed. We were on vacation, and it's one of those things. Like, I was not expecting it, so it would have actually been a real surprise.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just my shoe.
Yeah, basically. And it was one of those, like, people were around. Okay, I was at Niagara Falls.
Oh, come on!
Yeah. I was at Niagara Falls.
Okay.
We were walking around. There's people around. And I just hear, hey, Sarah. And I turn around, and he's down on a knee. And then I was like, what do you need? He's like, oh, I just had to tie my shoe. And, like, people were standing around and, like, looked and were like, and then went, oh. And, like, kept walking. And I was like,
they're probably like, oh, you did shit.
I was just like,
she's going to push him over the edge. They just walked away.
I was like, what the fuck? And he told me later he did it on purpose because he wanted to see what my reaction would be.
Damn.
I'm shocked that you don't have a murder charge because I would have actually killed him. Yeah, right? I would have actually killed him. I'm like, well, great. They're not going to find the body. That would have been
Into the falls.
That's not how it works.
So do not do that to someone ever.
Oh
Joseph Declamere said, "Hello, I did that to my ex-girlfriend."
He did.
And that's why he said the phrase ex-girlfriend. Congratulations on that one. Oh my God. That is the worst. Seriously.
Obviously, I don't date that guy anymore.
Yeah, clearly, right? Oh my God. But that, the worst is you're like,
man.
okay, I have to be calm until you actually
Well, no,
say
like,
it.
literally, I turned and my stomach dropped, but like like the...
Right.
What the fuck is happening?
Is this happening now?
Like, no way.
I was not ready for this.
I was like, and then he was like, and then he like looked up and he like kind of like went, huh? I just had to tie my shoe, and I was like, what was that? Yeah. Anyway. Why are you so happy about my story,
Ernie loves people that aren't having happiness in
I
their
was
life.
just like,
remember, this is the man that wants Iris.
Yeah. These are real stories. I'm not even making it up.
Ernie is the man that wants Iris to die, so this way
That's fair.
Barry can get back with what's her name? I don't know, the blonde cop chick that disappeared.
Who's such a waste of space.
Oh my God.
Anyway, let's finish this episode after I told my set.
Joseph Declamere, that's also true.
Yeah, that's also true. So
Carlos like you should throw him in the water.
He proposes, and we already know, of course, that's going to be yes. But my question is, with that, does that lock in? Way earlier in the show, we saw a news article that what's her name? Gideon showed him.
Right.
And the byline was by Iris West.
Correct, and that's changed.
So that was changed because before it was like, oh, okay, she wasn't going to marry him. But
well,
now
no, it was
that's
changed
happened.
because she was dying.
But I wonder if that's still going to be, because he's locking that in, I wonder if that's going to be the case.
I wonder if there's anything we can refer to from like the original quest list, remember? From the future?
Oh, yeah, that's right. They didn't have a news story, though.
Was there anything
that was happening at that time.
There was something about a zoo, remember? I mean, there's different
You're talking
stories.
about the things, it's
that was
the
supposed to
music
change.
maestro,
that's happening.
That bandit guy.
Bandit guy, you have to
God,
happen.
I hate him. Wonder.
They have to keep the museum open.
Oh yeah, that's right. They have to keep the museum open because it closes.
Because it closes.
So they got to
and
make
the
sure
article was not written by Iris.
That's right. So
the article has to be written.
Article has to be written by Iris. We have to make sure the museum stays open.
And the guerrilla attacks in the city. So technically, it did happen.
Yeah, exactly. But
is that something they can keep under wraps because they didn't have like a bunch of people?
But Kid Flash did make one change. I forgot something he was supposed to.
He stopped somebody.
What's his name? The guy that disintegrates stuff.
Kid
Flash stopped him instead of.
The mummy
Sand
guy.
Demon.
The Sand Demon. Yeah. That guy.
Yorkin.
Frank brought it over.
Yorkin.
Frank needed a clutch.
Yeah.
Frank needed a clutch.
Hold on.
But yeah, he stopped him. So, I mean, there are a few things that have changed, a few things that haven't. And with that, it's still kind of interesting because we want to know exactly what can we say definitively is going to change that won't let it happen again. But moving on to it, we finally get to the last moment, which is the button scene.
I thought it was really cute. Like, they're watching Casablanca, and I didn't understand why she was confused. I guess maybe that movie's different on her.
I guess maybe it's completely different on her.
And then she was just like, we don't have to watch this. And they start kissing. She's like, but you know what I could really go for? A fat burger or whatever the burger place is.
Burger bomb, belly bomb.
Yeah, belly burger, big belly burger. And he's just like, oh, okay.
No, see, big belly burger. That's a funny thing. Isn't it?
They got it on every earth.
Yeah,
it's on every earth, right?
It's like
that's
McDonald's.
The whole thing about it.
And coffee.
And coffee.
Apparently Earth 1 coffee is the best.
Every time I hear Big Belly Burger, I don't know why I think of Pulp Fiction, but that's Kahuna Burger, but I don't know. Like every time I'm like, Big Belly Burger.
Frank Nitty says, I hate chicks in a good way. Keep them coming to me.
Sounds
but I thought it was cute.
When you get your mind off them, that's when they want you. That is true.
But he's such a good boyfriend, and he was like, "Okay." He's like, "I'll go get us some burgers, and then we'll come back and eat burgers."
But he even did the whole thing too. Ooh, that hurt because he was like, "Oh yeah, what do you want?"
Like, "Oh."
Like he thought he was gonna be. He was like, "He's gonna have it right now." Right? And she was like, "Big man." He's like, "Damn, speedster shit." Like she,
Why do we always gotta eat?
Your metabolism. You guys gotta eat a lot.
She's just building up her energy for later.
Oh.
Or maybe he comes back and they weren't even gonna eat it first, anyways.
Ooh, it's fine after.
You know, she's like, aha, you passed my test.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're hungry to eat.
Yeah, but essentially she sent him out to his death because while he's out there, isn't that what women always do with some guys? Not every woman does it. But some guys are stupid and he kind of deserves it possibly. So he's out there and he's like, all right, I'm going to get me some burgers. And then while he's running past, he gets a flash that runs past him. Turns around and who is it? None less but Megatron or Savitar. And so Savitar leaps at him and that's where it ends. So with that and what we heard from what's going to happen in the next episode.
Yep. Wrath of Savitar.
Yeah, the flashes that he's having, like you said, maybe Savitar is going to take him over.
Aaron Nobles. Wally will never like that burger place again.
Ruined forever.
That's true.
Never ask me to get Big Belly Burger again.
Exactly. They're going to talk about he's going to just go crazy out of nowhere. So, Big Belly Burger. He just has flashes of everything. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
How was the burger? He just goes crazy. But with it nonetheless, he does go out and he gets attacked. What do you guys think how is it all going to happen? As far as him having the flashes and says and things like that? Anyone? No theories?
Well, what do you mean? Okay, go for it.
Oh, well, okay. I'm glad you asked.
I'd like to hear yours so I understand what you're wanting.
Yeah, exactly, and then you'll make up something. That's fine. So, what I'm saying about him getting the flashes, like you said, Savitar kind of can, control people like he did with Julian, etc., etc. He's definitely going to control.
Like Lucifer.
He's going to definitely control Wally, and I think with that. That's right.
Desire.
What is your desire? What do you desire?
What do you desire?
His guyliner, I love it.
He's the best.
But so anyway,
catch up on it.
That show's pretty good. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's still in DC, so it's okay for us to talk about.
Yeah.
But anyway, still, I think that he's going to manipulate him to somehow be the guy that betrays. That is the betrayer. I think he will be the betrayer. Somebody said that already. But as far as how he's going to do it, he's going to control him or take him over like he did Julian. Even though it won't be a split personality, I think it'll be somehow he's going to take him over.
Okay.
And he's going to be the betrayer.
Interesting.
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I just think that'll make sense. As far as speculations for what's next, Iris is going to die.
She's not going to die.
Or Joe's going to die.
Or Wally's gonna die because he's gonna be like, I'm being controlled and sacrifice himself. And then we'll hear his Australian accent.
Oh, right before he dies, he's like, "Oh, good night, mate." He says, "Foster's in Australian for beer," and he dies. It's like that would be the greatest thing ever. I would love to hear him say that.
Yeah. That's what I love about the show. It keeps me questioning. Like every episode, it's like, well, because we were talking about who's gonna die. Because we were like, no, it can't be Iris. But then like I just caught myself now realizing, well, we were talking about, well, who is it that's gonna betray Iris in a sense? And I was like, wait, but it keep going back and forth.
That's true. You do. You can end up replacing anyone for anything.
Yeah,
and it gets better and better. I do love that about the show. I mean, I don't know. I love that about that show, and I love about this show that the Flashpoint Army is here with us.
Because you're awesome.
And make sure you guys do share, and make sure you share, tweet, follow us. Use the hashtag FlashpointTHS to make sure that other people know that we are here. And like I said, be the cool kid at work. Be the cool kid in class, whatever. When people are hanging around talking about stuff at the water cooler, you're telling them our theories. Who cares? Claim them as your own. Doesn't matter. And then after that, tell them to watch our show. They won't watch past episodes. No one ever does. So you'll be fine. They want to watch what's happening right there. So they won't even know that you stole our theories. I gave you that one. You're welcome.
Hey, Jalen, we agree with Joe and Frank. You're not dumb, man.
What?
Oh, Jalen.
Oh,
He was like, I'm dumb today.
What? No, Jalen, you're a genius, man. Calm down. What are you talking about?
It's a confusing show.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear me messing up my
bubble the whole
facts
time.
all day long. Frank's had to help me out.
Yeah, right? Trust me.
This is why it's a discussion.
Yeah, we're not here to say, we know what's right and you're an idiot. No. We're all talking. You guys are telling us more stuff. Where everyone's telling everyone else some. Do we have anything more?
Yeah, Aaron. Is it Aaron? Or
Aaron.
Aaron Noble says, do you think it takes a speedster to get Savitar out of where he is? I think yes. Because then they basically like throw him into, was it another dimension or like into the Speed Force or something like that? Mm-hmm. So then it would take someone either like a Vibe.
Frank Nitty agrees, probably.
Or a speedster.
Who else can get in the Speed Force?
It's just really those two.
Yeah, who else can get in? That's the question I'm wondering. Who's going to be the one?
Spoilers?
We got it?
Do we have more IMDb spoilers?
Producer Ernie has an IMDb spoiler.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had a big one.
Hold on. Someone said to give this man a mic. So I'm going to turn.
That's fine.
No,
they can't hear you, so I'm turning it towards you.
Please
Right.
speak.
On episode 16, labeled Into the Speed Force, it says, desperate to stop Savitar and save his friends, Barry turns to the Speed Force for answers, and HR gives Jesse some advice.
Oh, we have seen Barry talk to the Speed Force.
Yeah, definitely.
Savitar gets out.
Yep.
That may be the whole thing. He's going to have to most likely speak to the Speed Force if he's really going to have to take on Savitar because he has to get faster.
Yeah.
Savitar being the god of speed, come on. Savitar's at that level.
Yeah.
He's like, I need to get there. How's he going to get there? Speed Force finally says, fine, we'll grant you full, unadulterated access. He'll be able to hit the speed or the level that he's supposed to be able to, where he can go to other dimensions and other worlds without using Vibe's help.
Hey-o.
So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Aaron Noble says, you guys are awesome. I'll have my college club watch you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
That's
I
awesome.
appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Not all from one computer though, like a bunch of different.
And make sure your club shouts out who they are when
please
they come,
do.
so we can,
Be like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
Aaron
yeah.
sent us to you. And we'll be like, what up? Aaron's awesome.
Yeah, we will go in and we'll talk about it. It'll be great.
What club? Also,
Yeah, what is
because
the
now I'm
club?
just
Let us
curious.
know. Because I want to know, actually. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Frank Nitty thinks if Barry goes that far to where you're saying someone will get hurt next episode, no doubt.
That's actually very true. I like that. Now, looking into it, I want to go ahead and refer to some comments from last week.
Yeah.
Last week, our first attack on Gorilla City. Let me see. Now, we did ask the question about favorite couples. And Frank Nitty, you're watching now. You actually had a comment. Yours was favorite couple is Wally and Jesse. They don't get much screen time, which they still didn't
will
get
now.
too much this time.
Well,
but
now
they-
she just chose to stay, so she's going to get more.
True. So that explains it. But they don't get too much screen time, and it doesn't drag on or distract from the main story. If Julian and Caitlin hook up, then we know the end game for Julian. Yeah, that's very true. We know.
It's true.
If he's like, once she says "I love you," he's like, "Oh well, sit my own there." That's gonna be it because anyone she
Gonna
loves
be a popsicle.
dies. That's it. Oh, gonna die today.
Or has powers.
Dear diary, today's gonna be my last day. Like it's in. She told me she loves me. She told me
I've
she
decided
loves
to
me.
date the one they've nicknamed the Black Widow.
The praying
All her
mantis.
previous loves have died or turned into different beings.
She's what the convention is based off of.
She's a hobby. I should have said no. Now she asked me if I loved her. I said yes. Congratulations. Here comes death. That's
Next
exactly
day,
how the
I
story
don't get
is.
why she doesn't express her
Congratulations.
feelings.
Here
She's
comes
so
death.
cold.
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know.
No, that would be hilarious.
Dad said it. Was you being clever?
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh jeez.
That's my powers. today.
Wow. And Blackwing.
To answer your question real quick, Ryan Ninja Steely asked if I had powers, what would I do? I'm assuming Flash's powers. Probably the same thing as Barry, honestly.
Blackwing 2040 says, I never got to answer the question last week. Oh, he's talking about the week even
The week
before.
before, the week
And he
prior.
says his favorite Flash villain for sure is Reverse Flash. Now my favorite couple is and always will be Barry and Iris.
Holla.
Not Barry and Patty, but Barry and Iris. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. I agree with that, actually.
He knows Ernie's reading it.
Yeah, exactly. And what I do have to say, even with these comments, you guys got to remember we actually have opened up Super Chat. Great thing about Super Chat is that with your help, your donations, your support, you're able to comment, leave, you're able to chat, and we will make sure to put your chats above others. You will hold some priority because you're choosing to support something that's very important to us, which is this channel.
Whoa!
This channel.
Reflexes!
So,
like a cat!
What a catch!
Wow. Did you get the Speed Force?
Quite possibly.
Everybody see
I was like,
that?
You guys didn't see it, but while I was talking, I just knocked over a bottle and caught it and brought it back up. My whole left side, my leg is wet, but still,
I'm gonna watch
I
this and watch for that.
You can see the whole. It's drenched right here. But anyway.
Oh, it's
No, it's not. It's not. Anyway, Super Chat is something that we are definitely rolling out. You guys will be able to converse with us there, and by doing so, you'll be able to donate and support that hashtag show. So that's a big thing to do. This way, by doing so, we'll be able to give you even more of what we're doing now and make sure that it continues and stays as good as it is and only gets better. So it's kind of like how NPR and all them do their little kind of drives. Yeah. It's our drive. To support us and help to make sure that we give you everything that you like. What is it that Serial had?
I guess,
yeah, that's right. Like they have a Patreon and things like that. Yeah. Check us out. Also, I've got to say shout out to one of our new sponsors, and that is Once Upon a Tea.
Once Upon a Tea.
Now, you guys can purchase shirts from Once Upon a Tea, which are great.
Not this one.
Not that one for sure.
Not this one. But, don't pretend like you're wearing one.
Yeah, exactly right. But they have a great nerd geek themed T-shirts that you guys can get, and they're pretty inexpensive but high quality, which is great. Yeah. And you can actually get 5% off using the code #show. When I say hashtag, use the actual hashtag, like the # show. You do that, you'll get 5% off on your first purchase. So I suggest taking advantage of it. Get some cool shirts. You'll look great like we do all the time. Unfortunately, I came straight from work, so.
All the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I try. You know? So with that, I want to say once again, I'm Daniel.
Oh.
You are.
I'm Bryan.
I'm Sarah.
And we are the Flashpoint after show. So check us out. You can find, Sarah, where can people find you?
You can find me on all social media platforms by Rogue-tastic, like Rogue from the X-Men, Tastic, like fantastic.
Right here.
I like that.
That's me.
That's me. So you like Rogue, right?
She's my favorite
Rogue's awesome.
character, like comic book character.
See, that's dope.
And
guys, keep that in mind if you guys are looking to get her something. Figured it out.
You can find me as BNSO on pretty much everything. Instagram and Bryan _McKinney is my Twitter. But yeah, follow me on my adventures. This is actually my last Flashpoint here.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'll be moving to Korea a week from today.
I don't want to talk about it.
But I'm not going anywhere. I'll still be with the hashtag show, and
we'll just Skype him in. It's gonna be weird, but we'll Skype him in.
We'll do something. But yeah, you'll be seeing some stuff from Asia with me. So follow my social media and the hashtag show to find out what we're doing.
You're like our first international correspondent.
Yeah, like Bryan. Live from Tokyo. How is it over there? I'm like, it's raining. Like, cut back. Like, it took us 2 hours to set up that connection.
And what did he just say?
Sync it up, and that's it.
Well, I just have to say, whoever joins us is going to have huge shoes to fill.
Yes.
And it's going to be really difficult. And I don't know if anyone's going to like anyone in the seat. So maybe it's just going to have to be a revolving door.
Yeah, I know. Truth of the matter is, people by watching, we love you, man. And just seeing that, you're not going to be here. You're in the middle right now because you are that glue. You bring this whole show together, And just without you, it's going to be very, very tough. Trust me, the fans are going to miss you.
No, I'm not.
Oh, here it goes.
No!
Ernie, you're breaking my glasses. Oh, God, no.
I love you guys. You're all the best.
That was producer Ernie. If you guys remember, Ernie used to be on the show as well, and he's the one that chose to find Bryan and make sure Bryan would be on the show. So, Ernie, you got to find someone else now. It's your job. That's what you do. But you already did it once. So we are definitely going to miss you guys. I'm sorry. You can find me. I'm the real J_Rome on every bit of social media, no matter what it is. And if you want to talk to any of us, go ahead and put that back signal up. All you have to do is put in as your hashtag for any conversation you're having on Twitter, Flashpoint THS. You do that, trust me, one of us will contact you and speak to you. Even Bryan in Korea. So if you guys want to know what's happening in Korea, just, hey, Bryan, what's going on in Korea?
Yeah, feel free to
THS,
tweet me, PM me, whatever.
Yeah, see? So it's possible. We connect people.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Frank Nitty.
Yeah, let's
Aaron
see.
Noble.
Oh, everyone. All the love
Ryan
here.
Ninja still. Oh, guys.
See?
I'm gonna miss y'all too. But I'll still be online. You'll still find me. I'll be around. So, yeah.
And if you guys haven't guessed the gag for Bryan, it's the shirt.
Oh, yeah.
So what we did, we had Bryan always make sure that he wore the same shirt. That exact same shirt. So if you guys ever saw it and you're like, man, like after a while you're watching the show and you're like, damn, I need that shirt. It's because you kept seeing it over and over and over. It's
subliminal message.
Guys.
He's a hologram version.
We could.
Yes.
We're thinking about that.
Tupac
They have the Tupac. I'm thinking we can just use the hologram of Bryan. It'll be great.
Like that Cisco one?
Oh, yeah, right?
At the museum.
He's like,
Oh, yeah, that was so funny.
Hey, I'm Bryan. It would be cool.
I can make that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Producer Ernie can make that happen. So we'll see about that. But once again, this is the Flashpoint. You can see us every Tuesday at
There's a Flash episode.
Is it 9:30?
It's 9:30.
Yeah, every Tuesday at 9:30.
Unless we have a glitch.
Yeah, unless we have a glitch. Right here on YouTube. Also, you can check us out on Facebook Live if you happen to. And keep the conversation going with us all throughout the week. You guys have questions, concerns, or maybe even some ideas and theories concerning Flash. Go ahead and hit us up at Flashpoint THS. Use the hashtag Flashpoint THS on Twitter. We will converse with you. And with that, that's it. We're going to say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you.